It says, wow, get this shit right. By the way, if I miss you on the check-in, I'll get to you later. I love y'all. OnlyFans will ban pornography starting in October. Site needs to comply with its financial partners. Now, there were rumors about this going around, and by the way, I would do it like I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna show you how I would normally even do a video. I'm not gonna do it in video style because we're gonna have a longer conversation. But if you wonder if I ever do how I do my YouTube videos, I would clearly research it and then bang, just shoot off. And I'm kind of on one right now. I just started drinking, so it's not even drinks. But I'll tell you this, right? I definitely won't do a video on this. And the reason why is, and this is going to go into the first reason, as I've been giving therapy all morning, to many young moguls and young businesswomen and independent entrepreneurs who claim they're going to take over the world by showing and selling, peekaboos at their vagina, their head game, and their sex game. Most of the internet and these does not want to see porn all in their face. Porn is one of those things where no one's saying it should be illegal, but it's something that should be enjoyed, not in the public view. And a lot of women who have been bragging about their newfound, either wealth, and let me stop and not even call it wealth, the newfound riches, or maybe they were in poverty and they got a little bit, a couple tens of thousands of dollars, so now they're talking a lot of shit. They forgot that what they're actually selling is not something that is meant to be consumed mainstream. Now, you're going to hear, and I'm going to tell you some of the complaints I've been hearing by these people, and you're going to, after I say this, I hope you understand it. Now, I would never cover this on my YouTube channel because YouTube isn't the place that concerns itself with porn. One of the reasons that, salute to everybody who does that, I haven't taken my brand and I try to stay away from pornographic content or material or even individuals, is because once you align yourself with porn, you become a less of a commodity or less of an attraction for the mainstream. If you can't understand that very premise, we need not continue this discussion. For example, there's many women who are saying, why is Instagram is sexist, they're deleting their profiles. Instagram is meant to earn a profit. They are trying to serve the biggest audience, which is kids, single women, older white men. Those are the people, if you just look at any type of business, if you just look at the marketplace, for many things, they spend the most amount of money. Kids don't spend, but if a kid is on Instagram, their mom probably has shit that, like, their credit card tied to the shit. Like, kids are going to bring the parents sometimes. Kids brings parents, right? Same with PlayStation. A game being bought by a kid is financed by their parents. Now, here's the thing. What all these women who claim that, they're so happy to be on OnlyFans, they've never accepted this, is that what you're doing is, nobody knocks your hustle. But just understand why places like Instagram doesn't want to see your flabby booty, your fucking, push-up bra tits, and your fucking BBL every single time they open the fucking app. Not everybody wants to see. Now, some people do. And here's the thing, and here's the problem that these OnlyFans chicks never address. There's liabilities with what you're doing. No company wants to say, hey, we're showing kids pornography. No company wants to do that. Also, no company wants to sit there and actually verify be honest, who tells Instagram their real age? Let's do a poll. Who tells Instagram their real age? So basically, all these companies are really in a limbo while they're not trying to hate on these chicks. These chicks think that these companies powered by men are trying to hate on them. No, nobody gives a fuck that you want to sell your pussy or you want to sell the fact that you could stick a dildo, a remote, a banana, a cucumber, anything else you could stick in your snatch. Nobody gives a fuck. But you also got to understand that these companies that are allowing you to do that, they got their own shit going on. They don't want to be held liable for your bullshit. You get me? Now, that's to address the concerns of or the accusation, because I keep hearing these chicks, they be hating sex workers. Well, Twitter is meant for conversation and for kids. It's not meant for sex workers. That's the main point. I hear all these people talking about, oh, they're hating on sex. Bro, nobody gives a fuck about y'all sex workers. But not every platform is meant to deal with sex workers, right? Now, I'm going to get into this article a little bit because I'm going to explain that a little bit more. Because, a lot of these chicks who think they're sucking dick on OnlyFans, they think it's equatable to somebody working at McDonald's. They actually think there's no fucking difference. They're just saying, oh, people want to see me and people don't want to see you. It's not that simple, right? So I see a lot of these people, they're fucking crying on Twitter and Instagram. Oh my God, they built their whole company of me uploading videos of me getting fucked by every race, every creed, and every length of cock on earth. Now they don't want porn. Yeah. Just like how you use your platform to promote your fucking yeast-infected pussy. Yes, they built their fucking company off you getting fucked. Yes. But now, it's time for them to move on. I'm going to tell you why they're going to move on, right? Let's read the article. Thank you to Variety. And by the way, this goes for dudes too. So if you're over there slaying cock, you're doing cock tricks, like, same thing for you, bro. Like, niggas don't want to see that. Nobody want to see that shit, bro. Like, bro, keep your shit inside your pants, nigga. We don't want to see that shit, okay? Anyway, I'm going to read this article. OnlyFans, which has amassed a base of 130 million users, largely for adult-oriented subscription fan pages, has announced that it will ban sexually explicit content this fall. The UK-based company said it's making changes to comply with the requests of our banking partners and payout providers in a statement to provide to Variety. Off the rip, bang, bingo, it's over. They're telling you why they're not down with this shit already. You see, this OnlyFans game was always a game of chicken. It was always going to crash. It was always going to erupt. And it was for whether it was the creators on the site. No girl gets on OnlyFans says, I'm going to be on OnlyFans till 60. Any girl you know that got on OnlyFans, what they say? They're going to get their money up and get a salon. It's the same thing they say about stripping. I'm about to get my money up. I'm about to get a salon. We look around, none of these chicks got a salon yet. Okay? Actually, the chicks saying that usually have the tackiest lace fronts known to man, right? But clearly, they always say that's their get in, get out plan. And they act like it's a get in and get out plan, but in reality, they're hoping it's sustainable and never fucking goes away. This is what OnlyFans realized. And this is the address people say, nobody's gonna fuck with OnlyFans anymore, like whatever. They're trying to save themselves from, number one, going broke. Now, they pay out a bunch of money. They get a lot of money from this sex shit. But here's the thing that usually comes down for websites like this. What usually comes down is these either class action lawsuits or these allegations. It could be class action lawsuits against, your website allowed a sex trafficking ring to happen and you didn't stop it. Because keep in mind, OnlyFans, they're not looking at their content creators as porn makers. So their terms of service and all that shit doesn't regulate sex. They just regulate overall content. Now, let me give you the big difference. In a porn company, like for example, like the porn industry is largely in California. They don't regulate what you could quote unquote post. They regulate sex down to the very fucking act. You know what they say? Okay, hey, all of your actresses have to have these type of forms filled out. They have to have STD tests. This is mandated, right? This is how they could make sure that whatever y'all filming on y'all, and by the way, OnlyFans OnlyFans got out of hand once chicks stopped posting just titties, pussy, and ass. They start posting them getting fucked by 20 niggas, a different nigga a day. They'll just post the nigga, they cut off the top half of his body. Now OnlyFans don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're putting other people on the site. It leads them to exposure. So all these little thotties who like, they don't want to have no accountability, right? They just want to say people are hating on them. No one will actually say, listen, if y'all didn't want this to happen, y'all should have been police yourself, just like how the porn industry. But actually, that was forced to be mandated, right? Because the government stepped in and said, whoa, hold up. They put certain boards and councils involved to actually police it. OnlyFans didn't really want to admit that they're a porn company. So that's why they're wiggling out of it now. And truth be told, I'm not mad at it. They've seen the cap of what they're going to earn. Beyonce already shouted out. They got the biggest fucking creators on it. They know what they're going to earn. But then And I'm going to get to the biggest reason why they're going to get out of it, because they're definitely going to go broke. Now, before even with the porn companies, I was saying, they regulate, like, I don't know if it's still a law, but at one time they were saying to shoot porn in California, you have to have these permits, you got to have STD tests within blah, blah, blah. You got to fucking use a condom. Like, they're regulating the act of sex, right? Just because they know that this is going to be viewed and consumed by other people. And also the people who are involved with it, they don't want to have no liability later on, right? On OnlyFans, they leave it up to the creator, and that fucked everything up, right? But even then, that's really not why they're hopping out of it, right? That is to come. So class action lawsuits later, somebody gonna get up and say, yo, me and my ex made a tape from blah, 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 and my ex realized I'm famous. So she uploaded. I ain't give no consent. That's revenge porn. She uploaded on your site. You're in the middle of our revenge porn battle. She made $200,000 off me fucking her, or whatever the case is. Your site was the way she was allowed to upload it. Now you're in a lawsuit. OnlyFans don't want to sit there with nobody, no fucking lawsuit. You feel me? That's another thing, right? They can't really make sure, just like I said, Twitter or Instagram can't really ensure that the person who's looking on Instagram is that they're really over 18. OnlyFans can't really ensure that the person in the fucking video who you don't see their head but is just quarter their body and they're fucking some shit, they can't make sure that person consents to that video being up. So that was always going to happen. But this is the real reason why. And it shows you just the power of, really corporations. This part right here. To comply with requests from our banking providers and banking partners and payout providers. You know what it is? Most of these, like some of you simps, you're going to get on there and you're going to spend $1,000 to see a chick fuck some random dude. You know what's going to happen? And I'm just giving a scenario, right? And this is why this becomes a problem. Not saying the chick finesses you, but even if the chick does finesse you, or if she does not, say, if you ever use your credit card anywhere, or if you didn't, you could go to your credit card company and say, hey, I was dissatisfied with this product. I didn't get what I asked for. I didn't get what I paid for, or I didn't even make this purchase at all. Give me my money back. Now, these banking partners, and I'm talking about Visa, I'm talking about Bank of America, I'm talking about TD Bank, Chase, I'm talking about all these like big banking companies. They got investigated. Now they're investigating porn. They're investigating, so you paid for her to fuck a midget? Like, it gets weird. So you can imagine at some point, like the banking partners are saying, listen, well, we don't even know if what this guy paid for is even legal. We don't even know because it's illegal to pay for certain shit. It's also illegal for certain type of sex to happen. We don't even know if what you paid for is legal, but we do have a duty to you because we're your bank and we're whatever. So we're going to try to, so now it puts OnlyFans in a very interesting position. You know what I mean? Companies that they've deemed, hey, and if y'all know about the dark web, that's why the dark web usually uses Bitcoin or some shit that's not really, just backed by a bank, right? It puts the banks in a weird position, right? They're processing fees over what could be later interpreted as some acts that are either illegal, some acts that are non-consensual, and it opens up a whole different set of things that a bank doesn't want to be associated with. Imagine if it came out that motherfucking Bank of America processed $20 million like in a space of like a month to OnlyFans through some sex traffic ring type shit. Bank of America looks stupid. So now they're looking at OnlyFans and say, bro, are y'all only selling porn over there? What's up? Now, the last reason is, and this was going to stunt growth. And this is me, I'm giving a very amateur, but this is what I think. Anytime a company, and that's why I'll tell you why I stay away from porn. When a company associates itself with porn, anytime a company, and that's why I'll tell you why I stay away from porn. When a company associates itself with porn, every other company doesn't want to stand next to it. sex trafficking and other things just because it's too big of a thing. Coca-Cola don't want to stand next. Like, think about it. Even if it's completely legal, the biggest porn star in the world, you'll never see having a Coca-Cola commercial. Unless it's Kim K. Okay, but you know what I mean. Come on now. You know, like Mr. Marcus ain't chilling up there with his dick print in his sweatpants and holding a Coke saying, yo, you really want to turn up? Drink one of these. No. You feel me? Like, just morally, companies stay away from sex companies. So if I had to tell you any company, especially one like OnlyFans, who their sole income, and that's why they're kind of also trying to pivot, right? Their sole income has to do with the people who are on the site. No company wants to stand next to OnlyFans because they're synonymous with porn. You get what I mean? So because of that, they've already seen the peak. And for whatever reason, they want to, and they think they could become bigger. Also, they want to avoid future lawsuits and also future things that could have the company going broke. So they realize we've gotten as big as we could get big off this porn shit. We finna be out. Y'all take care. And by the way, I think, and I'll read it, it says, effective October 1st, OnlyFans will prohibit the posting of content containing sexual explicit conduct. The company said in a statement, in order to ensure the long-term sustainability, see, long-term, right? You see, and this is why when these chicks are mad about this, quote this shit, because every chick who's on OnlyFans never talk about long-term. They always say, oh, I'm only doing this for a while. It's the same thing when they go to the strip club. Oh, I'm only here for a little bit. I'm finna get out and get a salon. You know you want to be there 10 years later. You want to be there the saggier and saggier your joints get, and hopefully you're still in the 0.0000001%, you know, but you don't want to admit it, right? Now this company's just saying, we want to be here long term, so we getting rid of y'all. Now for all the people who said they were there for short term, y'all shouldn't have no problem, right? You should have no problem if you claim you just went in to get a little quick jug. You get your joint, they tell you the jig is up in October, be out. By the way, also, they did not say that just naked pictures will be banned. And this is where you can see right here. According to OnlyFans, creators will be allowed to post content containing nudity as long as it's consistent with our acceptable use policy. The site currently allows nudity, except in the case of content featuring public nudity recorded in or broadcasted from a jurisdiction, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what this is going to be evolved to. They're going to update all that shit. I looked at it today. The last update was back in March. They're going to ban most content that is sex. If you on there and you just holding your titties or you just fucking showing your pussy, you're probably still going to be able to do that. But think about OnlyFans. The chicks who claiming they're getting the bag, they're getting fucking bukakis and trains ran on them. They're not just casually showing off a nipple. These chicks look like the fucking, like the manifestation of the black hole when they get in doggy style. You're like, what the fuck? These chicks, they're just doing porn. Like, this is straight up porn. Like, nothing, like, straight porn. Basically, OnlyFans don't want to be in that business. If you want to show off your titties, and we know you, because when you have to fill out all these things to OnlyFans, you got to fill out even a lot of, tax documents to get paid. So they, like, you have to verify your age. They're going to send that to the government, right? Even if it's a W-9 or whatever, they're going to send that to the government. So if you're really 21, you're really 21. But the motherfucker who's railing you from the back, we don't know if he's 21. He could be 17. He could be, as Chief Keef said, 300. We don't know about that, and we don't want to be aligned with that shit no more. So create your solo content, and I think they're going to make, like, really great area decisions on if they're going to allow chicks to still be on there and masturbate, I think. But I don't think they want people on there indiscriminately having sex. And especially having sex, like, a lot of this new shit is like, they be like, yo, oh, I'm fucking at some random place. Like, that's public. I think that they're realizing this shit could get us in trouble. We're going to just stop this, okay? You're not going to be fucking somebody off a balcony in Miami. We don't want to see that shit, okay? We see it on spring break, but don't put it on our site. And truth be told, you got to respect it. Again, this is all business. Just like I respected all the queens on there who got their bag and got their, their money, and, they bought themselves some Chanel bags. Cool. I gotta respect the company with this. Now, this is what I think is gonna happen. This is the end of my OnlyFans little rant. What happens after OnlyFans have started to shun some of these people? And by the way, the people who should be upset are the hardcore people. If you've never fucked on OnlyFans, you're probably fine. If you're not on OnlyFans sucking cock, you're probably fine. If you're not on OnlyFans gargling semen, you're probably fine. They're just trying to make sure this shit is policed because they're worried about y'all and themselves. Makes sense. It's their company. When OnlyFans stopped doing that, because the thing, and I've always said about sex work, I always said stripping is the gateway to whoredom, to whoreness. Women get in and they say, oh yeah, I'm not going to be fucking nobody at the club. I'm just going in. They go the first night, they make $1,000. You know why? New face, new pussy. They may have only took off their top that night. And in some places they're fully nude. Maybe they just got naked, but they ain't do nothing crazy. They ain't even get up and do a pole trick. They made $1,000 the first night. You know what women instantly think? If I work here every night for the year, I made $1,000 tonight, I'm gonna make $365,000. It's that easy of how someone thinks about that type of life. Now what happens is 2 weeks later, they go in and they basically did the same thing they did on their first night, except they didn't make $1,000 anymore. They made $400. What? Wait, what's going on? It's the nature of man. You're not new pussy anymore. There's 3 other chicks that just came, and to be honest, now those chicks are starting to evolve. They're doing hand tricks. You're just doing the same shit we saw the first time. Basically, what sex work is, you'll get money if you keep going further and further, not staying at the same level. You think we're going to pay you $1,000 every time to show your titties? Nah. First time you get $1,000 to show the titties. Next time you get $600 just not only to show it, but to lick the titties. After that, if you want to get $500 again, how about you lick the titties while fingering yourself? After that, do you have a cucumber in your crib? That's how it is. I'm telling you how it is, what women don't want to admit about sex work. Now, so I was saying that stripping is a gateway to whoredom, right? OnlyFans became that. So the women who are claiming that, they're the top this, that percent, unless they have already an audience. And by the way, I do think OnlyFans, just to let y'all know, OnlyFans was not intended for women who just thought they looked good. Matter of fact, it wasn't intended for sex at all. But it wasn't intended for people who just thought they looked good, or who wanted to have sex, or who were willing to have sex. Let me just say the name and reiterate the name again. It's OnlyFans. It was for people who had fans. It required you to bring the audience, not to look for it. What ended up happening? Women got on there because they're seeing other women make money. And they said, what do I have to do to get people to look at me? Already a losing decision. OnlyFans was made for the Karinas of the world. You already have millions of people watching you on other platforms. Bring them here. Show a little nipple. Get $1 million. That's what it was for. The regular chick on your block who's running to OnlyFans thinking that she's too cute to work, she doesn't realize her pussy's only exotic within 5 square blocks. Nobody else cares. So you know what happens? They begin to devolve real quickly. They didn't make $1 million on their first day like a Ruby Rose or a Bad Baby or a Karina. You know how much they made? $100. But instead of realizing you don't have no fans, people don't care about you that much. Save yourself for maybe that you could have some moral things about you that maybe a guy who earns that amount that you want to have could actually say, oh no, ain't nobody ever seen her naked. No, you know what these chicks said? They said, fuck it. Well, if me showing the nipples didn't work, let me suck my nigga's dick. Pause. Obviously pause, right? Like, so I'm just telling you the de-evolution. So they get on there and they start sucking dick. By the way, none of these chicks who get on OnlyFans would have ever said they would join porn. By the end of the first month, they're all doing porn. That's what I'm saying. Just like stripping is the gateway to whoredom, OnlyFans is too. They get on there thinking, yo, I'm so bad. Everybody just be, they on Facebook, they get a bunch of inboxes. They on Instagram, every nigga in town be DMing them when they go to the party. 5 to 10 niggas always on their body. They think everybody in the fucking world is gonna be on them. So they get on there to show a little nipple. And they only get $100 because those 5 to 10 niggas in the club at their local spot who are paying the $20 a month or whatever. So now they start sucking dick. They get a little bit more. Okay. Went up to about like 400. Then all of a sudden they just start fucking. It goes up to 800. And I always tell y'all, the majority of people on OnlyFans, they make less than a McDonald's worker. Their only thing when they try to stunt is that they work less time. Oh, you work 40 hours. I did all this shit in 4. Okay. You tell me what you rather do. Flip burger, flip fries, or whatever the fuck that is, or do a cashier and be like, hello, can I take your order? Or for 4 painful hours, get your intestines disassembled by some 12-inch motherfucker from Mozambique. Getting your fucking tonsils just rearranged. Your skull almost shattered by some huge BBC motherfucker for 4 straight hours. Or would you rather work those 30 hours where you could chill, you on your phone, you trying to bag hoes, or if you're a female, trying to bag niggas, you texting, you on Instagram, on Shade Room, on Akademiks, you joking with your coworkers. Yeah, definitely more time. But I guarantee the trauma is much less. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. The 98% of these chicks make the same or less than somebody working 30 hours a week at McDonald's. You pick it. So what will happen? What will happen is, and I'll tell you this, right? OnlyFans is clearly trying to distance itself from porn. They're trying to not be synonymous. They're going to try to apply some, just like how when Instagram was taking a stance about OnlyFans, people being on their platform, you know how they made the biggest show of we're taking a stance? They got the top chicks out of there quickly. Riley Reid, we don't give a fuck. You're banned. Get out of here. Lena, we don't give a fuck. You're out of here. And they made those people an example because they wanted everybody else who are the smaller chicks to take note. They could ban 1 million small chicks, or they could ban 10 chicks with a huge platform. The 10 chicks with a huge platform will send ripple effects. So what OnlyFans is going to do, they're going to try to make examples. And even though it's going to be at the detriment of sometimes their pocket, because what people think, OnlyFans not hating, they're making money with these people. But they're also seeing potential lawsuits. OnlyFans is going to try to get away from porn. And in any type of industry that's proven to work, you're going to see other companies pop up. And I see people on Instagram and Twitter like, OnlyFans could go, there's going to be another one to replace it. There's always going to be that. Here's the problem. They'll never be as big. It's like, there's a bunch of companies who were trying to compete with OnlyFans previously, but it was like YouTube. You know how many companies are trying to compete with YouTube right now? There's a company, I forgot the name of it. They had a $200 million fund. They try to offer it to top YouTube creators like, yo, drop your videos on our site like 2 or 3 days before and tell your fans about it. And they hope that people would just leave YouTube to come to their site and start fucking with them. But overall, what ended up happening, all the creators took the bag, and the fans were like, they love YouTube, and YouTube were so dominant that they'll go to the other shit, but they're still coming back to YouTube. You can't compete with YouTube and on the video space. You can't. Now, if YouTube didn't exist, what would happen? Well, let's not even talk about that. Let's talk about OnlyFans. So OnlyFans is bowing out the game. What's going to happen when they bow out? I'll give you another example. Do you know the story of, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Okay. Do you know the story of Mega Upload? Mega Upload was a very popular file sharing and folder sharing and really anything sharing company for a long while, before Dropbox, before Google Drive, all of that. And it was really good because that's time people were downloading albums, right? You weren't streaming it, you were downloading the shit, you were downloading movies, right? And essentially, what happened is that, you know, the government basically was warning them, yo, what you're doing is illegal. You're allowing people to download pirated stuff. Okay. Now, Kim.com, I believe that's his name, he moved out of America because he could see the impending lawsuit. This is, I'm telling you, OnlyFans is switching before they get to that point. What I mean is, before they're getting public pressure by the government about maybe illegal things that are happening on their site. You get me? OnlyFans is making a switch now. They're learning from the past. I'm giving you the example of someone who didn't. And I'm going to give you an example of what happened when they went away. So Kim.com, I believe he was living in America. Was he living in America? I don't even know. Anyway, he then was living like in some other fucking country. He had all type of animals, bears, dragons, giraffes, pterodactyls. Everything was living on his property. He was living a life. The guy was living a life. Anyway, they eventually raided him and they caught him. And they really shut him down because even though he did not live in the United States, his website was still available in the United States. Very illegal. And they were warning for a long time. Now, I say that to say they got rid of Mega Upload. That was the most popular file uploading site like that. There was a million other copies. Hulk Share. Name some. Give me some more examples. There was Hulk Share. There was Bear Share. There were a bunch of other stuff, right? Like there were just a million. Not LimeWire. LimeWire was PPP, like peer-to-peer sharing. This is more of cloud sharing, link share. There were all these things. The Putlocker. Yeah, y'all got it now. We're not talking about Kazaa or LimeWire. Those were P2P, like peer-to-peer. And when what was that famous company that eventually sold? It was featured in the Facebook documentary. Yeah, MediaFire. Oh, I love MediaFire. Ooh, yeah. Force sharing. Oh, y'all got it. Oh yeah, it was Napster. So Napster was one of the most popular peer-to-peer, like whatever thing, and they realized they exited the game at a smart point as well. When Facebook came in, apparently that guy also knew Facebook's owner, Zuckerberg. That's a whole story. But I'm on the story about cloud sharing. Because this was, what I'm talking about now is cloud sharing in terms of Mega Upload, right? There's a million other sites that came and went. And this is where I think OnlyFans is at now. They're about to bow out and try to go legit, right? They might be irrelevant after this, right? Because that's what happened to Napster. They became irrelevant. Now, they made some deals right before becoming irrelevant that you could say they not only avoided maybe a lot of, convictions, this, that, and third, they also made whatever bag they were going to make. The point is this, whatever website that replaces OnlyFans, it won't ever be just one. It's a free market again. It's going to be 5. You know why? One website's going to pop up and they're going to say, yo, it's an investment. We're going to give Ruby Rose $2 million to come over here. Another website's going to pop up and they say, yo, we're going to give Karina $5 million to come over here. It's going to be fragmented, but it'll never be one monopoly. OnlyFans had the monopoly. They had the monopoly of, you want self-made porn, essentially, we have it. Self-made on-demand porn, we have it. From here on out, it'll be too many companies. It'll never be the same. Now, there'll be another system that gets handled, or truth be told, I think if I'm somebody who's smart, I would fucking make sure I would go lobby the government to get some specific laws passed to have a self-sustaining company before I ever get back in this industry. But also, you know who was on OnlyFans ass? Think about the porn industry. The porn industry was making billions a year. OnlyFans came in and said, fuck y'all. You get me? You see how like all these paper magazines and old school outlets hate me? Yo, they hate the fuck out of me, right? They're like, yo, the fuck? Akademiks wasn't no DJ. Akademiks don't know how to write articles. Akademiks don't do that. Akademiks don't do. Academics don't. They got a lot to say. If they could just fucking get rid of me, they would have. You feel me? But essentially, with OnlyFans, from what I heard, the porn industry, who got replaced essentially by OnlyFans in a lot of ways, they've been lobbying for the government to regulate this. So OnlyFans is watching their op lobby the government to make laws that could affect them, and that's what I'm saying. They got out of the game at a perfect time. To the young women who are having a livelihood on there, I'm not mad at y'all, but I also, every time I've ever had a conversation with a woman from OnlyFans, I was always met and greeted with pompousness and arrogance, because they all thought that men would spend money to view their bodies or view them having sex, that the industry or the avenue in how they got paid could not be stopped. You get me? And I think this is a way for them to rethink it. You know, I saw someone mention today to me, I think it was Jenna Shea on Twitter. She said, I've had my own website. For all of y'all chicks, if y'all really think y'all that lit, don't rely on OnlyFans having a name. Make your own website. You can sell your pussy there all day. Nobody cares. You can sell the videos of you getting a fucking bukkake on your own website. And let's see how much you make. But all y'all independent, self-made bosses don't need no nigga. Well, hopefully you also don't need OnlyFans, because they're not down to stand accountable for maybe some of the crimes that maybe you're not doing, but some other bullshit ass chick on the site is doing, okay? All right. We'll move on from there. What did I not address yesterday? Bring some things up, chat. Actually, I didn't address 2 days ago. Oh, quick update. I completed a shoddy interview. It's 40 minutes in length. Very interesting. I was thinking about leaking a part of it today, but I won't. Maybe tomorrow. I'm looking at releasing it maybe Monday or Tuesday, and also I'm gonna be very honest, it might be a part of my next episode on Spotify. So if you haven't gotten on Spotify and follow my podcast, get on there. But he speaks very in depth about everything. And also I would put it out, but like niggas gonna take my shit anyway. So like at least put it on Spotify. So at least I could be like, Spotify brought y'all the shit. You know what I mean? I could give y'all some. He disagrees a lot with Whack 100 and 6ix9ine, and he puts out a challenge out there as well, right? He puts out a challenge. He addresses. I just ask questions that you wanted me to ask him. Ask questions y'all want me to ask him, and I could tell you if I asked him. Somebody said put out this weekend. Yeah, I'm still figuring out with Spotify. Like, I don't get the full controls of I don't know why 6ix9ine is calling me right now. I'm on stream. Hold on, let me tell him stream. Yo. I'm gonna hit you. I'm on stream. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just ask any question. Did I ask somebody if he fucked Sarah? Absolutely. Is he mad at 6ix9ine? Absolutely, I asked him. I ain't gonna lie. I tried his best to press him on the Sarah thing. I see y'all mentioning Fresh and Fit. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have y'all educate me in a second. Just let me get through this. I see y'all spamming now. We're gonna get to it. He addresses Cool to Be. He addresses Whack 100. He addresses Trav. He addresses Jim Jones. He breaks down the wiretap. He breaks it down. He even instructed me. He said, put the wiretap in this shit. I don't think I will put it in the actual clip. But he wanted the wiretap in there. He spoke on Super Violate. He spoke about everything. I asked him every question in the book. I see somebody say, did he have beef with Billy Otto? I listen. He's in federal prison. He was only allowed, they can't speak for more than like 15 minutes at a time. So we did 3 calls around 45 minutes. It really came to be about 40 minutes because like we had to like connect calls, right? So, bro, I can't ask him about every person in the world. I didn't ask him about Billy Otto. Okay, I try to keep it relevant. Try to keep it, whatever. I asked him if he stole money. You'll hear some very surprising answers. Is he still with 9 Trey? I asked him that. What I could tell you, you will hear the infamous, Act. I don't bend, I don't fold, he does say it on the thing. He does say it. You get the whole thing. Somebody says, ask him if he sucked penis in prison. Like, come on, I wouldn't ask him that now. And also, truth be told, I wouldn't care. Like, that's what y'all would want me to ask Shotty if he sucked dick in prison. I'm asking y'all, what would y'all want me to ask? These are legit questions. I didn't have that much time. Did he set up 6ix9ine? Hey, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'll say this: this is the thing about and 6ix9ine's my homie. I don't be caring who say that. I always say whatever. I'll say he's been good to me. It's my homie, and Shotty's cool. I don't know Shotty like I know 6ix9ine. Every time I've been around Shotty, always been very solid. And by the way, I think I've told y'all, like, me and 6ix9ine had a conversation where some of the stuff is not even on this interview. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm glad he didn't bring it up because it would open up just so much different can of worms. But I had to ask 6ix9ine those very hard questions too, because I want to know the truth. Because not because you're my man's means I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm blindly riding with you. I want to know the truth about whatever. And I can make my own opinion. And shit, I'm still not a street dude. So even if at the end of the day, even if I think that, if I chose to do or go the route that 6ix9ine did, I wouldn't tell. Let's say that's my opinion, right? That don't mean I can't be friends with 6ix9ine. I'm not a street dude. That's one thing that, I think Trav tried to bring up to me one time when I was on a Clubhouse call with him. I see the street dudes want me to disassociate from 6ix9ine because of them. I'm not a street dude. If y'all give me a street nigga pass, right? So I'm good in every hood, which is the same thing I would do to 6ix9ine, right? So come on, like, stop. Never think that I should operate like y'all. Now, if I'm a street dude and you have certain codes, now me, I'm trying to figure out whatever. I've always said I still wouldn't do a crime with 6ix9ine. That's a fact, 100%. But still, shit. Even if like 6ix9ine did tell for some fucked up reasons, bro, you know what all that tells me? Hey, listen. Watch him on loyalty, because that's all that means to me. There's no street code in my mind. I'm not in the streets, and I never known the street to have any code that is ironclad or to see real consequences happen to people who quote unquote don't follow these codes. So I'm like, whatever. But for me, like, when you have a friend, you want to be like, yo, okay, is he somebody who could be loyal or blah blah blah. But so I say all that to say, don't ever look at me and be like, yo, yeah, if Ack finds out that 6ix9ine told for some reasons that was not cool, he not gonna fuck with him. No, I'm gonna be like, yo, I would just say to him, like, yo, 6ix9ine, yo, you shouldn't, like, you fucked up, like, you sold your guys out. But that's it, nigga. I didn't gang with these niggas or gang bang with them. So, hey, listen, I didn't do no shootings with them. I didn't tell them to do no shootings. I wasn't blah blah. Anyway, listening to Shotty, and this is why, as much as I am cool with 6ix9ine, having the platform I have, it would be very dishonest if, Shotty reached out to me. If I said, or I'm like, nah, I'm not going to put this out, it would be dishonest, right? Shotty called me and said, Ack, I want to make sure the narrative is straight. Because recently, I see 6ix9ine popping up. I see Wack popping up. I see you did some shit with him. And I don't know if y'all, and he said y'all, are trying to switch the narrative. And I had to tell him, I said, Shotty, I don't have no fucking horse in the race to have a narrative. I'm not no street nigga. I don't care if Danny snitched on the whole fucking wild world, as long as they my family. My family do no crap anyway. I don't care if he snitch on everybody or nobody. Like it's like street stuff like that just doesn't bother me. It just doesn't matter to me. And as much as I really look at Shotty, and I am really not upset, but like I'm sad that he's in a situation. He said, I'll tell you one thing he told me. He said, Ack, all of us guys who are locked up knew the risks and the costs that came to do the things that we were doing. They knew the risk associated with it. And he said he's proud that everybody took their time and they were built to take the time. So it's one of those things where I see, you know, and I'm only addressing the people who feel like Akademiks should be the, y'all can't blame me for everything in the streets and think I should save, I can't save the streets. So me, y'all shouldn't expect any type of, depending on whatever, like I'm here to put information out and be fair. And I think I did a very fair conversation with Shotty, very fair. You know, I didn't set him up with questions or put shit in there that, you know, like, you know, I asked him everything that we all want to ask him, gave him a chance to defend himself. If I knew or remembered something that either 6ix9ine or during the conversation or with Wack or on Clubhouse or anywhere else where he said something counter, I would bring it up and I said, whoa, you know, because like even I said, yo, bro, did you jump the nigga in or what? Apparently that's what you got to do as a gang member. I don't know what you got to do as a gang member. Did you jump him in? And he basically said, yo, how the fuck Wack know what the fuck would I do? What I did. Then, you know, I jumped in and said, well, 6ix9ine said you never jumped him in. You let him in because of the bag. What's up? So you hear all that whole conversation. This will come out shortly. I'm gonna work on getting it out. Y'all have to have some patience with me. It's like 38 minutes long from what I see, 37, 38 minutes long. And I'm going to probably just put it on Spotify, but put an episode with it just about. And I'm looking for this to come out in the next few days, but we're going into a weekend and, you know, I'm new to this Spotify thing. So I'm dealing with their staff. Like we do emails, calls every fucking day. I'm working with the partner here. But obviously I have some leaks. I told y'all much of the shit already. I'll have some leaks in terms of audio for my YouTube and for my Instagram. And as soon as it's out, you guys will be the first to know. And I only felt that it's my duty to tell y'all on stream what the fuck I was doing. But I did that yesterday, right? Tell us, did he fuck? Y'all gotta listen to the interview for that. Y'all gotta listen to the interview for that one, man. That's a... yeah. All right. Okay. What's going on with Fresh and Fit? I don't understand. Like, I'm a little lost because somebody put me on game. So Fresh and Fit's a podcast. I did their podcast before. I don't know why people are saying Fresh and Fit. What's going on with that? Wait, what happened? They beefing with who? Go watch who? Aba and Peach? Who the fuck are those people? No disrespect. This is what y'all want me to look into now? I'm here for all the topics. Okay, let me look at it. Peach, Aba. Who's that? Aba and Preach. Oh, is this a girl and a guy? What is this? There's two guys. Okay, what should I watch? Because I'm looking here.